Hello! It's a rainy Friday morning in Sydney, and we're at Berkelouw Books in Leichardt talking to Australian thriller writer B. Michael Radburn about his new release, The Falls. So, Michael, tell us about the book and your protagonist, Taylor Bridges.
Well, thanks for having me, Beth. This is a real honour. This is the second book for Taylor. He's come onto the mainland from Tasmania, and unlike the first book, he's a very willing participant in this thriller, in this crime. Unlike the Crossing, where he was more or less the right person in the wrong place. And here we fall on his expertise in deep remote crime scenes, and he's actually invited by the police into this one because of his expertise in that area. So when a bushfire roars through the place, it lays a large crime scene, and when they delve into it, it goes back to decades, and the genesis back in 1870 with a mad preacher from the United States. So we've got this cult that appears to still be going today, and Taylor uses that expertise to help the police go forward.
So why did you choose to make Taylor a park ranger rather than a police officer?
It was important to me. The wilderness has always played a big part in my life, and I've always seen the influence. And if you can understand your own environment, whether it's the wilderness or the city, these are the things that helps Taylor dig down and use the wilderness and the signs there to help solve these crimes. And I wanted something different to the usual cop, ex-cop, private detective, amateur sleuth, because the wilderness that particularly we have in this country is so vast and so varied that it has scope for the whole series of books to have a different environment every time.
The book is set in the fictional town of Eldritch Falls. Was it important to you that your novel was distinctly Australian?
Yes, it is. When I wrote the first book, the series, it was important to me that I made an Australian book for an international audience, and that's starting to show fruition with the film due out in a few years. Because that appeal is there, and it still is today, and I carry that through with the whole series, and showcase our culture and our environment, particularly those wilderness environments.
It's a very dark and disturbing novel. What was the writing process like, living in that world?
Yeah, that's a good question, because we're a little bit like cops in as much as we have to go places that normal people don't, and we do it willingly and we look for those, and I do think that a little bit of that does stick, and that's why most thriller or crime writers have the best personality as much as their sense of humour, because I think it helps with those sort of things where you are delving into the darker side of life.
So what can we expect from your next thriller featuring Taylor, The Reach?
Yes, well, in The Reach, we've really developed Taylor now, whereas going forward with that expertise. So he's very much the expert now and leading those characters. We go to the Riverlands of New South Wales this time, I'll tell you that much. Deep in the darkest parts of the Hawkesbury, where 3 bodies are found in some buried riverboats, and that's the beginning of it. And to tell you any more would be a spoiler.
If you want to know more about The Falls, head to the blog section of our website at betterreading.com.au, because it's our weekend read this weekend. Thanks for chatting with us, Michael. Best of luck with the book.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you very much.